Hi, welcome back, my wise astrology tribe. Cosmic Insight Astrology. My name is Christina. I will be your co-pilot. Okay, let me navigate through this August astrology weather, this cosmic weather. If you do have a Pisces rising, Pisces sun or Pisces moon, this is your August 2022 astrology forecast. So what's going to happen for your magical Pisces? We do have Uranus, Mars, and North Node conjunction, the triple conjunction, which is extremely rare, once in a lifetime experience. It's happened 2,340 years prior. So it's happening in your third house, the third of communication, younger siblings, traveling, short-term traveling, sales, and third house ruled by Mercury, and Mercury rules children and sales, and rules workshop and studying and your neighborhood as well. So it could represent some kind of situation with your neighborhood. You might not going to like your neighborhood anymore, and you want to impulsively just like make a decision and just get out from, or you will have an opportunity actually to get out from wherever you live right now. It could also be like, because of this one, Uranus is electricity, Mars is fire. So you might going to experience some kind of electric fire in your neighborhood. It could due to tornadoes, it could due to hurricanes, but Uranus is it's also representing tornado, some kind of fiery tornado, fire related situation in the neighborhood. It could be also some kind of falling out with a sibling, a younger sibling. Mars is indicating some kind of impulsive talking or some kind of anger issue, or actually it could also represent some kind of suppressed anger here. And Uranus is the mind. It is like difference in the mindset with your sibling or with your neighbor or with your friend, and that it's indicating some kind of communication trouble and some kind of anger and fight. That is verbal fight. And then what we're going to have, and Taurus is a fixed sign, and Taurus actually an earth sign, and in your third house, it could be Uranus is something with electric impulses in the body, and it is also representing nerve and nervous system, and it is representing the neurons in the body. So third house is your communication. It could be indicate some kind of vocal cord issue, and with Mars over here, it is inflammation, infection, and Uranus here also could indicate some kind of balance. So Uranus is bacterial infection, not pandemic, so not COVID related, but some other kind of bacterial infection, which is actually stopping you from communication, or like some kind of ill health. Could be a Uranian energy. It could relate to Hashimoto, thyroid disease, anything in within here in your neck. Okay, so let's go to August 2nd. August 2nd, we have a sextile between Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer, here, it's in your fifth house of children, romance, joy, vacation, but it's joy, actually. So vacation is the 12th house, but fifth house is joy. And it is like also creativity, your imagination, and investment as well. And of course, intimacy. So what you have over here, Venus, you have over here, you might going to be more intimate with your romantic partner, or it could be like you having really good time with your children. And it's sextile with Mars and North Node, sextile with Uranus, North Node, and also with Mars. So this could be something actually with that child, and it could be your communication could be healed with your children. So if you have a teenager and you are always fighting, or any age of children is like it doesn't have to be a teenager, but communication could be healed right now, and could be pleasant and joyful. You might also going to visit your child, or your child going to visit you if you live apart, and if you have another child, and you're going to have some kind of loving time together. Maybe you're going to join some kind of art class together, or some Venus related. Venus is art and joy and love. So or you're just going to go to the spa and beautify yourself with your child. So, but that's really pleasant over here. It could be also because fifth house is imagination, and fifth house is creativity. Third house is actually communication. So you might have finished a book, a script, something with art, but also communication related. So it could be workshop, like you wanted to teach for a long time, but you didn't have the right material and you had to write it. So right now you finished that, and you see it's coming along and it's giving you satisfaction, and it's giving you pleasure actually to know, like, oh my God, I worked so hard, and the satisfaction from that when we're working hard, it's beautiful. It's really, really nice. Fifth house is joy. Third house could be a vehicle. So you might going to change your car, and you're going to buy some kind of luxurious car, but you always wanted, even when you were a child. And Uranus is artificial intelligence, that's digital, that's rules Tesla and anything. So it could be something with an electric car. So you might going to trade your car in or whatever, and just have a new one that is really luxurious, but also a smart car. All right, so the next step that we're going to talk about Mercury in Virgo. So August 4th, Mercury, the planet of communication, messengers, the planet of children, the planet of youth, and cars and driving and short-term traveling, going to your seventh house in Virgo. It loves to be here because of it's exalted in Virgo. It rules Virgo as well, so it feels home, comfortable, luxurious. So it's very detailed, Mercury. The communication is very detailed. So you might going to experience really detailed communication with your significant other or your business partner, perhaps. And I'm telling you because of you might not have time to talk to your partner because of you were busy. But right now you will feel the urge to talk, and it's going to be really pleasant. And then we're going to go to August 7th. And August 7th, we are having Venus trine Neptune. Venus is love, beauty, and luxury, and money. And Neptune is a lot of things. But in this case, it is like the higher octave of love. And it is like forgiveness and healing. So when there's two planet trines, and Neptune is in your first house, and Neptune over here could be like a forgiveness, and Cancer Venus is also very nurturing. So what will be this? So fifth house of forgiveness for a child, or it could be like a child going to forgive you. So it's kind of healing between you. The first house is your ego, the masculine, your body, that is your self care, and your self-confidence as well. So the way you are, and fifth house is pleasure and joy. So Venus over there, you might have really good time right now. And like you enter the creative group, or you create a lot of art, and you feel good about that. And because you feel good about that, actually it's helping your self-confidence. But definitely it could heal a relationship with a child as well, which could be really excellent. But Neptune in the first house, and it's in retrograde, you can be actually delusional, illusional. It might be like, yes, you're healing a relationship, but don't see the child with a clear eye. You don't feel your child. So you don't see your child really. It is just like you are delusional about it. My child cannot do anything wrong. You are illusional, and that's why you heal the relationship. But maybe it's not necessarily the truth. However, when Neptune is going to in retrograde, and actually Neptune is in retrograde right now, it's giving us more clarity. So Neptune could be illusion, delusion, and lies and gossip, but in this case, when it's in retrograde, it is getting off the pink glasses from your eye and you see more clearly. Okay, so let's go to August 9th and 10th. August 9th, we're going to have Venus and Pluto opposition. So it's going to happen for you in your 5th and 11th house. 11th house is money from your career, or 11th house is your social circle. And 5th house is joy, and it's representing like you're going to have some kind of very deep issue with your social circle. It is like power struggle or falling out. So some friends going to either die or just leave you, and because that's a power game over here. It's not going to be that kind of deep love anymore, and you ending a friendship, or it ends with a death. But also, 5th house and 11th house. 11th house is your social circle, and 5th house is intimacy. Pluto also could be the planet of sexuality and taboos. And with Venus and Pluto, hard aspect and opposition is a hard aspect. It could be like some of you will experience some kind of sexual harassment from a social group. So be careful what kind of group you enter, because of it could be some kind of sexual harassment through a social group. And then on August 10th, we're going to have Sun square Uranus and Sun square North Node, okay? So Sun is in your 6th house of health. You have to put a lot of emphasis on your health, but the Sun is squaring in the 3rd house matter. So I'm totally, like if I think of medical astrology right now, it is something, the way you talk to yourself, it's not right. Because, the 3rd house is the way we talk, and we might be stubborn about something. And for example, saying, an example over here, if you keep saying that, okay, I'm fat, I'm old, whatever, you paid enough money for self-help books or things like that, workshops. Why don't you change and say, no, I'm not old, I'm matured and wise, or I'm not fat, but like, I have a good story about this, because of when I was young, I went to Turkey many times, and they wanted to pay a lot of money for my mother, but sheeps and golds for me. And right now, whenever I think I'm fat, I'm always like, okay, those Turkish guys right now would pay double for me. Not only 2 kilo of gold, it would be 4 kilo, and not 20 ships, it would be 40, because I doubled my weight, right? So that is the funny and sarcastic way how you can actually view yourself. So let's see another thing over here. August 11th, when it's going to square with Uranus and North Node. And yes, that is something we had. But I was talking about Uranus in your 3rd house, and Mars, it could indicate some kind of infection, or it could be indicate a thyroid storm. And Sun in the 6th is your health. So you have to actually adjust something about your health that is around here. And then let's see what else going on. So it could be respiratory. 3rd house is respiratory also. So it could be lung as well, but respiratory issues. So on August 11th, we're going to have actually a full moon in Aquarius. And it's going to happen 19 degrees and 21 minutes. It's the 2nd decan of Aqua. So it's going to have a Gemini flavor. So again, something, it could be with communication, or something could be with sales as well, or anything with respiratory situation. This full moon is when the moon and the sun is opposing to each others. And actually it's a completion, it's an ending all the time. This one I'm going to be extremely hard, and I'm going to do other videos about that, but and Monday perspective videos, but so it's going to actually conjunct with Saturn, and Saturn is hardship, delays, responsibilities in our life, and endings as well. So actually it's just confirming some kind of endings for you. 12th house is, or the unseen, working behind the scene. That's your mental status. It could represent fear. Saturn in 12th house could represent unconditional paranoia, fears and anxiety, or depression, deep depression. But because it's also, you know, it's with Saturn and with this moon, it's not like an eclipse, but similar a little bit. So it's eclipsing, ending something, something out. It could mean like, and Saturn also rules the 10th house, which could be doctors or, you know, professional helps. So it might be something like, yes, I'm going to actually look for a therapist because I want to get rid of my anxiety, my panic attack, my unconditional fears. Saturn is darkness, so it could be fear of darkness. And Saturn actually could be in 12th house some kind of big animals, fear of big animals, or you know, like you're going to have an experience with see a bear eye to eye, and the fear is going to come back in nightmares somehow, or you just have nightmares about those kind of animals and about your fears. And also this full moon actually gonna make another hard aspect, and it's going to be squaring when Uranus and North Node. So, and it's in your 3rd house, so 3rd house of vehicle. And you know, Mars is there as well. Saturn is the brake, Mars is the speed. 12th house is hospital, 3rd house is driving. So careful with driving, careful with traveling, because of it could indicate some kind of, it could indicate if you have electric car, and because of Uranus rules the computer in the car, it would indicate some kind of issue with your car, like computer system and an accident, and that's why you hurt your bones because Saturn is born and get into the hospital. That is a hard square over here. And then the other thing is, you know, we're going to have on August 14th, Sun in your 6th opposing Saturn. Saturn is delays and ending, as I said, and the full moon was conjuncting with that. And then Saturn is, Sun is your self, your inner energy. And that's your vitality. And in the 6th house, Saturn, so it is like mentally you're tired, and that's why your vitality is getting lower and lower. And don't forget, Vesta was starting to go to retrograde in your 1st house in Pisces. Vesta is the eternal flame, it's your passion. It's the flame within, the fire within. When it goes to retrograde, it's decreasing, getting slower. And it's gonna go to Aquarius, also retrograde back over here on the 21st. So what's happening in your 12th house? So mentally you're tired. And that's why your vitality, you don't want to get out, you don't want to get socialized anymore. You have bone aches, bone breaks, anything like, you know, like, issues with situation like bone issues and structure issues, tiredness, and you know, it's going to keep you back from socializing perhaps. But then again, because you have a challenge, it makes you to reinvent, rethink. So it is like, all right, I do have a challenge with my health, so I need to do something about it, right? We only do something when it's a challenge. So it's going to be emphasized on your head. And yes, I do want to actually take care of myself. Okay, so then on August 15, we're going to have Mercury trine North Node and Uranus, 7th house and 3rd house matters. So what can it be? 7th house is your significant other or your business partner. 3rd house is communication, it's a trine. So it could be like a future related, and Uranus is future oriented. So it could be a really good conversation with your significant others about the future. So what do you want to do? What kind of travel you want to do in the future? And what do you want to sell? Or it is time for you to talk to your significant other. You don't like the neighborhood you live in or whatever, and let's make a move. So that is very supporting here. Also, it could be like all your communication devices are crappy. It's not working. It's, like whatever. And your husband or wife want to actually buy you some kind of communication device, or want to buy you a new computer or notebook or whatever. But it is with communication. Or it could be like, he will update your car, and the device is over there. Okay, so what else could be? Even just fixing something in your car. So it could be that as well. Then we're going to have Mars and Pluto trine. And trine is always an amazing aspect in astrology. It's a golden plate. It is like silver spoon in your mouth. It's granted to you. You don't have to do anything for it, nothing. You just sit still and it's coming to you. All right, so what kind of opportunity comes with Mars and Pluto? Mars and Pluto rules Scorpio together. Those are the co-rulers of Scorpio, and very intense energy. Pluto is deep, and Pluto is all the taboos, death, sex, rebirth, other people's money. Mars is the warrior within. But in your third and 11th house, it could be like, I had some kind of fallout with a friend, but I'm going to try to apologize, and I'm going to try to heal the relationship. Or it could be like I had a fight with my sibling, with a younger sibling perhaps, and then like I was very impulsive. I didn't even think what I was talking about. I was incoherent then, or and then I need to apologize, and I will take a step to apologize to heal the relationship, or with a friend or with a neighbor, because that's what it rules. Then again, we're going to have August 16, Mercury. No, August 18, we're going to have Jupiter and Venus trining. But Venus already going to go August 11th in Leo, and Venus loves to be here, and it's in your sixth house again. So sixth house is health, so you might going to crave more sweet or apples, or sixth house is roommates, sixth houses, tenants, sixth houses, is health, work, colleagues. So Venus and Sun over here definitely puts a lot of emphasis for your work. You can get a promotion at your work, or you can get a new job, which gonna be really loving, or your colleagues going to be very welcoming and loving and nurturing. And in your second house, Jupiter is a blessing. That's finance, and Venus also means finance. So it could be some kind of work, but you have monies coming from work for you. And also Chiron is in Aries, in retrograde, in Aries in your second house. So your financial situation can be healed. You might have paid off debts, and maybe your credit score raised. And anyway, credit score is related to Pluto and the 8th house, but second house is your income and finances, the money that you earn. But anyway, it could get related because if you earn more, then you were capable to put more into debts, and like it could, like healing your financial situation. Definitely, that's what it is. And Jupiter retrograde is an opportunity coming back to earn money. So it could be like you didn't get an opportunity before, or you were in competition, or you stopped renting your houses, or you just get rid of some kind of income because you couldn't possibly work anymore. But right now, some space actually freed up, and Jupiter gonna bring in a blessing over here. So you will get that kind of opportunity to back to create a higher income. It's in your packet. And, you know, let's see. Venus is bling bling. Second house is your belongings. So Venus in your sixth house, it could be like maybe you're going to get retired and from your work. So that's why you're going to get a lot of love, and they're going to buy you some kind of beautiful necklace or ring or whatever to remember by them. So it could mean that as well. And because of the finance, because I'm thinking right now, how could it raise your financial opportunity? It could, because of you might going to get a big payout when they let you, or when you retire. There is some kind of big bonus there, and it's rising the wallet. It's making thicker your wallet. Okay, let's go further, and let's go actually to August 20th, when Mars gonna go to Gemini. And you know, Mars going to go to Gemini August 20th, and it's going to start the shadow retrograde period in September 4th. And then it's gonna go to retrograde in October, and it's gonna be here for 7 months in your fourth house. That's family. So that kind of fight with family could come back to you. And, you know, but I have to tell you, whenever malefic planet is going to retrograde, it's losing their powers, it's weakens. So even if it's a fight gonna come back with someone from the family who is root of your family, it could be mother-in-law, sister-in-law, father-in-law, father, mother, whatever, it's still weaker than it was before because it's retrograding, but it's bringing back an issue, a fighting issue, you know, an issue about something, and you're gonna continue that kind of fight. Okay, so it could bring back some kind of family suing you for something, or yeah, some kind of case like that. But you thought you don't fight about that anymore, but you don't have argument about that anymore, and you still have it. Pallas Athene is also over here in your fourth house. Pallas Athene is wisdom and welfare with Mars, so it could be like welfare, you know, like Mars is war. So you might going to invite someone in your house who is in a war zone, or who was in a war zone for temporary. It could mean that. Or you know, this Pallas Athene was the only good aspect with the full moon before, and it was trining with the full moon and 12 and 4th house. So it's definitely healing some kind of, either it's gonna heal a depression for your loved ones, or it is like something with, you can donate for kind of charity that is close to your heart, or donate for dogs, or because moon is dogs and moon is woman, and you can also donate for some kind of non-profit, but there is the starving children, because Saturn is starving, so there's for starving children or something like that, similar to this. Okay, so we're also going to have on the 22nd, we're going to have Sun going to Virgo in your seventh house. Seventh house, as I said, that is your relationship, significant others, domestic partner, husband, wife, one-on-one relationship, one-on-one business partnership. Mercury and Sun over here, it is a lot of really lovely communication with your significant other. But because of this actually going to, what it's gonna do, it's, yeah, Sun actually is going to square Mars, 7th and 4th house. So, you know, there is definitely some kind of issue with your significant other because of his or her family. So the fight or that kind of war kind of energy in the 4th house going to create an issue with your significant other. So try not to get involved with your wife or with your husband or with your domestic partners, family matters. Because if you're going to say your opinion, it's going to create like a major fight between you. It's going to be a major fight between you. Or if he or she going to get involved in your family matters could create a major fight as well. On the same day, August 27th, we're going to have also a new moon in Virgo. It's going to be in your 7th house. So the moon and the sun going to be conjuncting, merging together in heaven in your 7th house. It is going to have a renewal of your relationship, renewal of one friendship, renewal of business partnership. But unfortunately, it's still going to square with Mars. So you want to renew it, you want to make peace, but with Mars squaring over here, is going to give difficulties, and it is like maybe not forgiveness, or maybe it's not gonna be easy to stop fighting. It's not going to be easy to stop fighting with your partner. So it's gonna be an ongoing situation. And what else I wanted to go say? I wanted to see Venus square Uranus and North Node, and Venus is in Leo and going to square Uranus and North Node, so 6th and 3rd house matter. 6th house is you want to renovate your office, you want to renovate your workplace perhaps, or you want to invest to your work. You know, like maybe you are an independent contractor and you need some big machines to buy, but you know, and it's a lot of money. And the 3rd house, you know, it is sales, so you need to sell something before, because otherwise the money won't be available for you. So need to free some kind of cash up, and the cash flow has to be before you're going to purchase and you're going to do this kind of renovation over here, or you're going to buy something for your work. It could be also like, you know, you were, for example, 6th house and Venus over there, and, you know, square Uranus, something with an electric device. It could be like you wanted to have something so badly and you bought it and you hate it. For example, you wanted to buy a Mac, an Apple, right? And it's totally working differently, like other computers, like an HP, and then you're going to regret because that's so much to learn, and you're gonna get frustrated. Or it could be simple as it is. You need to get some kind of application or software and it's cost $1,000 and you don't have the money available yet. So, and it's give you a frustration because you have the work already, but you don't have the software to work with. So that is creating the issue. Okay, so let's talk about the asteroids a little bit. So we do have Juno in your 1st house. It's in retrograde. Juno is loyalty. And wisdom as well, but it's marriage and loyalty. It's going in retrograde with Neptune, so it could indicate something like a doubt in your head: should I stay with my partner or not? Should I be loyal with my partner or not? And then Chiron in the 2nd house in retrograde definitely here's your financial situation. Vesta in your 12th house, I said it could be like fatigue and tiredness and mental drainage over here. So the passion, the fire inside is decreasing. And then we do have Ceres and Black Moon Lilith, what we need to talk about. It's in your 5th house of children, and it's in Cancer, the sign of children and motherhood. You know, Ceres lost her daughter. Her daughter got abducted, and Black Moon Lilith is a mathematical point who is responsible for abortion, miscarriage, and stillborn. So it could be like you will need to stand by for your child with your child because of she or he might have some kind of situation with stillborn in their marriage, or, you know, miscarriage, or somehow their children get abducted, or, you know, like situations like that. It's not necessarily this. And this, of course, it's not all Pisces rising going to have that, or Pisces, how many people lives on the earth, over 8 billion, but it could indicate some cases, these extremes. It could be simple as it is, you always worry about loss of a child, or loss of a grandchild, or loss of a child. So it could indicate only that. And, you know, you do have South Node in your 9th house. South Node is Saturnian energy, it's ending, it's karma. And in Scorpio, in your 9th house, 9th house is foreign matters, foreign relationship. It could end a foreign matter for you. So, for example, if you would go back and forth somewhere, or for example, I do have real estate in Hungary, it could end a matter over there, you know, for me, like a Pisces sun. So like, I don't want to go back anymore over there, and I just gonna close something there because it doesn't support me, doesn't serve me anymore. But 9th house, it's also your hip, it's also your liver. It could be fatty liver issues, it could be some kind of hip issues, and Scorpio could indicate surgeries. So it could be like, I need to adjust these issues with surgeries or medical attention, and that's why it's going to go out finally from my life. So yes, there is an indication. It could be like something is ending there. Or, you know, if you actually had and struggled with getting citizenship or green card or some kind of things like that, or passport, this is right now the time when finally it's completion, it's done, it's ending. All right, so dear Pisces, that was your 2022 August astrology forecast. If you like my videos, please like and press the like button, and also subscribe to my channel. A lot more is coming. I'm full of amazing ideas, and actually I'm going to address astrology differently, like other astrologers, because I was thinking, you know, like everybody is talking and, you know, doing predictions, but I need to have some kind of new sarcasm, or you know, like a little bit being comedian over here, and not take everything so seriously in life, because, you know, it could really drain our energy, especially for Pisces. Pisces is like, have that kind of self-pity. I know I have a Pisces sun, so we can get depressed easily, but okay, so check out my website if you wish. And my website is www.urbanwitch.org. I'm going to wish you a really safe August. And please be mindful, because the triple conjunction is it can be devastating. And you know, I'm grateful for your attention, and I'm truly grateful for your trust in me to guide you through your spiritual journey. I'm going to see you in September, hopefully. Take care. Bye.